Hi guys, welcome back. I hope you're all doing well. And if it's your first time here, my name is Vanessa Lee. I hope that you enjoy the video and become part of this planty family. Hit that subscribe button. So yeah, today I'm going to be talking about just 7 plants, although there are more than 7 plants, of course, that I want good vibes for. I'm sending good vibes towards for 2024. So these are my goals. I'm going to start with the first one, which is my ZZ Raven. So I've had this plant, I don't know, maybe over a year. And when I first got this plant, it was popping out new stems and leaves quite often. And they were just gorgeous. They would come out this kind of bright green, like almost a luminous green. And then eventually they turn quite dark. This is what I've managed to salvage from a plant that was 3 times bigger than this. And yeah, let me get in there a little closer so you can have a look and see. Let me show you what I've been dealing with. Here, you can see it on this leaf. I think you can see it there. So you can see on this leaf here, sorry it's a bit dusty. This plant's been living in my hallway because I just couldn't bear looking at it anymore. But yeah, the leaves just kind of keep going like this weird kind of green, and then they go brown and eventually fall off. Let's have a look at its roots because I haven't looked. I have been a little bit more on top of watering, I hope. Am I seeing any roots? Oh, I am. Okay, that's good. So I'm seeing roots. I'm actually seeing a lot of roots. I hope that you can see those also. Just trying to stop the glare somehow. But yeah, we've got roots, so that's good. This is the first time I've looked at it. It really needs a bit of dust. Yeah, I just really want this plant. I love the darkness of the leaves, and I actually had the other ZZ as well, the green one. I gave that one to my dad, and I think it's going quite well there. It seems quite happy. It's getting more attention. Sorry, I'm just checking to see what is this on the back of the leaves. Oh, I hope it's not a pest. No. Bits of soil. Okay, yeah, I think I'll put this one in the shower. Give it a wash. Okay, let's move on to the next one. So the next plant that I want to show you is my Florida Ghost. So I grew this plant from a pup. It was tiny. It had very juvenile leaves. In fact, that's the last kind of juvenile leaf that you can see there. I mean, I'm happy that the leaf has finally matured, but they're just coming out. They're not coming out as pale as I would like them. And yeah, this year I would really love to master getting the leaves nice and white. And I've tried all sorts of different lighting, and I have noticed even the plants that we have in the store are kind of, yeah, they're all just coming out fairly light green and then going to green. And yeah, it's definitely a lighting thing. I just obviously need to find the right kind of light. Maybe it would prefer natural light, and it's just that the plant lights aren't working with this plant. But I really want this one to size up and show me those beautiful Florida Ghost leaves, the white ones, so that I'll have like a plant with various different levels of greenness, stemming from white, fading, no, going to green. Yeah, I would really love that. But yeah, we've got a great root system. It's currently on this kind of makeshift moss pole that I made. So we've got sphagnum moss in the pole. It's made from an old plastic water bottle. I might actually take it off the pole. It's not I mean, you can see like the next leaf that's coming. It's, I don't know, am I keeping it moist? It is moist. I just don't understand. Maybe it's just not loving the pole. I might also, yeah, I'm thinking about taking this off the pole and having it as more of a hanging plant. I don't know. Let me know what you think. Should I just take this thing off the pole? Or should I even change its substrate and put it in pond? If any of you have got a Florida Ghost, I'd love some tips on how to get these leaves nice and white. And do you have yours in an aeroid mix, or do you have yours in pond? Do share that in the comments down below. I'm sure everybody who is interested in this plant will also get to read those comments. So yeah, that's that plant anyway. The next plant, I've fallen back in love with this plant. It's my Syngonium albo, and there's one leaf that has just kept me going, and it's this one. This is definitely my favorite leaf. How gorgeous is this leaf? So yeah, she's got some really pretty leaves. I mean, like that one's also really cute. You've got like a little half moon, well, almost a half moon. But these are my favourites, like the little camo ones. Yeah, so my goal this year is to get this nice, big and bushy. And I've had this plant a long time, actually. I've had this at least 2 years. And we've been through it. Bit of a thrip magnet. So this one actually has been in my bedroom because I've just been treating it. It's the only plant that I have in my bedroom. Well, apart from 2 boxes of propagations, they're also in my bedroom. But yeah, I think it's back on point. I think it's happy again. I don't see any pests on it. So yeah, I just want a nice, big, bushy pot of this Syngonium. So yeah, I've had it about 2 years and I've chopped it. It's grown quite tall. And then I was like, it was just kind of 3 long, tall stems, and then I cut it down just to kind of make a fuller pot. So I've got several stems in there. You can see there's like, I don't know if you can see that, but yeah, there's more than 3 in there now. So that's good. I'm getting it to a point where I'm loving it that bit more. And I did give some of it away as well. I sold a bit of it, I think. No, that was a swap. Yeah, so that's the goal. Isn't she just pretty? I just love her. She's so, yeah, I'm just really loving, and like the leaf shape is quite different. Earlobes. And yeah, let's see what we can do with this guy this year. The next plant is right next to me is my Philodendron Brazil. Now, I grew this plant from like a 4-leaf cutting with no roots, and I actually grew it to quite a size. This is what's left of a plant that got spider mite. I had it going up a moss pole and the leaves never sized up, and then it got spider mite, and it's got quite a bit of damage on it, but there's nothing actively killing it, which is good. Yeah, it doesn't seem to have any pests that I can see. But yeah, she's a beautiful plant, and I think I'm just gonna allow it to be a trailing plant. I don't think I can actually have any more plants on moss poles. I'm just running out of space. But yeah, she is very pretty. Let me see if I can get one of my favorite. Oh, I mean, look at this little baby one. She's adorable. Now, if that was 5 times bigger, that would be my favorite leaf. She's very pretty. This one's also really cute. I love it when it has like a mix of different types of green in there. So you can see there's like a dark green, like a jade green, and what would the yellowy bit be? another type of green. But yeah, it's really pretty. This plant I have in pon. When it was on the moss pole, it was in soil. So yeah, I've definitely put this through a little bit of trauma this year. Definitely didn't like that heat wave. And I must remember for next summer that surprisingly this philodendron didn't like the heat. I don't know what that's all about, because you would really expect this plant to tolerate it. Yeah, and I'm quite happy that it's in pon. It seems to have stabilized. I'm looking for roots and I'm not seeing a lot. Oh, I've just remembered what else I did to this plant. Okay, it was in soil and I put it in pon, and I just bought what do they call this fertilizer, the little pellets, and I mixed it into the pon, but I put loads in. I mean, I can see that there's absolutely loads in there. I don't know if you're going to be able to see, but you can see that there's loads. There's absolutely loads of, I mean, even down at the bottom, look. Dear Lord. Anyway, yeah, so way too much fertilizer pellets in there. And then I watered it with fertilized water. And yeah, I lost the other half of this plant. It just burned and it looked really shocking. I do have a video actually where I showed the burns, just so that you have an idea of what fertilizer burn looks like. And if I can remember, I'll put it in one of the corners. Okay, so that's that little guy. Shame. It's so sad. I really love this plant. I mean, when it comes to a trailing plant, this one, and I have another which is doing really well, the Philodendron Lemon Lime. Still one of my favourite hanging plants. Okay, so the next one is a repot that I did recently, and it's this dude. Actually, I don't know how I can show you the full extent of it. Yeah, so I recently took this one out of soil. No, it wasn't in soil, sorry, it was in pon. It was in pon. I grew this from a 2-leaf cutting, or 4 leaves. No roots, and grew it to quite a nice size. It was quite the journey. It did take 2 years, and it was only last year that it started trailing. It was just kind of, I guess, working on its root system, but also just getting bushier, which was nice. And yeah, so I recently put it on this moss pole. So it's still in pon, and obviously you've got sphagnum moss in the moss pole, but I have noticed I'm getting some yellowing leaves, and it's on the biggest ones, which is really annoying. I'm really hoping that if I'm patient, it will just calm down. I mean, doing a repot in the winter, and it has suddenly got really, really cold here. Today is, I think, close to minus. I think it's something like 2, but it feels like -1 outside. Not that I've been out there, but yeah, I had a look on my phone. But yeah, my goal for this plant this year is to get these leaves nice and big, because I know that it could do it. And it's just another variegated plant that I'm obsessed with, and I really just, I just hope I haven't traumatized it too much by putting it on the pole. And maybe I should have waited until spring, but it's done now. And yeah, here it is. This is what we're dealing with. Do we have any favourite leaves at the moment? Not really. I mean, the ones that were yellowing, I would have loved to have showed you. But I mean, the one that's at the top is really pretty. She's got some nice splashing going on. A lot of them are very light It could be that I wasn't giving it enough light, but actually it was underneath the same light that my Monstera Thai constellation is under. But yeah, I'm just loving, the leaves are absolutely gorgeous. But I don't know, I do not know what is wrong with this plant. And because I can't figure out why this yellowing thing is happening, I've actually put this one in the hallway. I don't have many plants in the hallway at the moment, and because that's the coolest room in my home. But yeah, that's where this one's living right now. So hopefully nobody else, so hopefully no one else will catch whatever is going on with this thing. Okay, have I done everyone? Have I? I feel like I've missed someone out. Oh, I have. There's one more plant that is on my list, and that is on the other side of the room. So I think I'm going to take the camera off the stand, and sorry, I've just got this plant in front of me and I'm worried I'm going to bang into it. Do not want to spill that. So yeah, let's go and have a look at the last plant that I'm actually really excited to show you. And yeah, let's do that. So here we are over here where most of my Anthuriums are over here. And it's this dude, my Variegated. I'm trying not to fuss over her too much at the moment, which is why I left her here. And as you can see, she has been struggling. I've only had this plant for about 4 or 5, probably going into the 5th month now. This leaf here, unfortunately, had just unfurled. So when I took it home, the leaf was still quite soft. Yeah, so as you can see, acclimatizing it to my home was very difficult. And then the other leaf has this kind of, it's a fungal infection that it doesn't spread, but generally from that, I mean, this plant basically has this like whatever it is that's on there. And from another video that I was watching, I learned that there will always be one leaf that will have the spots, and you should never remove that leaf. So I've learnt my lesson on that front, because there was one smaller leaf that was around the back that had the spotting, and I cut that leaf off, and then like a week later maybe, this leaf had the spotting. Then this one here, you can see it doesn't actually have the spotting. It's just, I think that's more about like environmental change. Anyway, I'm waffling on. What I really wanted to show you, oops, sorry, almost dropped the camera. What I really want to show you is she finally has a new leaf. Look how tiny and delicate and gorgeous. And I want more of those. I want more leaves, and I'm really hoping it's going to size up. So I really want to keep on top of the watering with this guy. I do not want to drop the ball. So what I have been doing recently is just doing very small amounts of water, but more often. So, you know, just kind of like a little drizzle. I should probably show you the next time I water this plant how I do water it. But yeah, I don't kind of go too heavy with the watering. And then 4 days later, I'll come back and I'll do it again. And that has seemed to been working quite well for me. So the goal is just to get more big, gorgeous leaves and just keep on top of that watering, really. And yeah, fingers crossed, I'm gonna have an amazing, majestic looking queen. Not the majestic, but you know what I mean. She's gonna be in her regal, she's gonna claim her regal throne and not look as she does at the moment, which, you know, I mean, she's standing out for all the wrong reasons. Actually, that was only 6 plants. There's one more plant, almost forgot about. And that is my Filadria Gloriosum. This is what I have left. Actually, I've got some more bits of it around the apartment. but this is the largest parts of the plant that I had. I will put a photo up on the side of what this plant was looking like. She was just so gorgeous. Should we start with the one that actually looks, well, it's worth looking at, which is this one. The leaf is looking so perfect. Look how cute that heart is. It's just immaculate. The next leaf coming is looking pretty good. So finally, I'm relieved. So yeah, what happened to this plant? Oh my gosh. The heat wave didn't like that. I think it got thrips. But that's, yeah, I think the reason why this declined so quickly was because it had grown out of its pot. Like, it's a crawler, this plant is a crawler, and it had grown out of this long trough thing. And I thought, you know what, I just want to cut it in half and then have two running side by side. It did not like that. It really didn't like it. Oh, I'm just loving the look of this new leaf. Oh, that really makes me feel like we're back on track. What is this? I might just give this a little wash afterwards. Yeah, so I don't know how I will cope the next time that this plant outgrows one of those long troughs, because I really don't want to end up with a crazy long trough. I don't know where I put it, to be honest. But yeah, so I need to learn more about this plant. I need to learn how to, you know, cut and propagate it without it affecting the rest of the plant. So we'll be doing lots and lots of research for this plant. Anyway, so yeah, I put this one in pon, and then I've kept the other part in soil, and it's quite interesting. So this leaf is clearly on its way out. I wonder if it will come off now. Didn't want to come off before. No, it still doesn't want to come off. So yeah, this one's in soil, and look at the newest. The two propagations were growing new leaves, almost identical kind of timing, and you can see that this one is quite a bit smaller. I mean, we'll see, we'll hope and pray, but I am noticing that the leaf itself doesn't look too healthy. They're getting pretty much the same kind of light. I'm really hoping that that is soil on the back there. I'll give this a little wash afterwards. But yeah, I'm kind of contemplating putting this one into pon as well. I want to order some lacquer balls today, and then maybe this one will go in lacquer, because I've not tried lacquer. I've always done pon, and since I have two of them, and then I've got two other tiny little pups, tiny, and I'll probably do a video on all of my propagations pretty soon, because I do need to start selling some of them. I can't keep them all. They're actually driving me a little nuts, like just having so many. I've got 4 large propagation boxes, and there's probably 1 or 2 plants in there that I want to keep, and the rest is just like literally where I just got propagation happy in the summer. Just went a little nuts, and now I've just got like 1,000 Melonichrysums. I have so many. Oh my gosh, do let me know if you want one. Yeah, so this is the last plant, and it was, oh yeah, I love this plant, and I would just really want to get it back to its former glory. Okay, that is all 7 plants. Yeah, so I'm really hoping that I can achieve these goals in 2024, and let me know what your goals are this year, and do you have any of these plants that you're also hoping to size up, or, you know, just glow them up. for 2024. Share your tips and tricks, and yeah. So I hope that you enjoyed the video. Do leave me a thumbs up so that I know that you did. Leave a comment, most definitely. Share your tips and tricks with the plant family. If you haven't hit the subscribe button yet, go ahead and do that. We're a friendly bunch here, and it would be lovely to have more of you. I'm going to say goodbye. I hope that you have a fabulous day, and I will see you here again very, very soon. Until then, bye.